Hey, what's going on, fellas? Good afternoon to you on this fine Tuesday afternoon, as we're obviously meeting a little bit later. Appreciate you guys being understanding, as I had the medical issue there with my son to take care of. Don't really know what's going on with that. I'm sure there'll be, unfortunately, plenty more other visits down the road. But hey, good Tuesday. How's it going? What about Iran and USA taking on today? Iran versus USA. Did you guys already watch the two earlier World Cup games earlier on this morning? Good games, good games. Let's go ahead and make sure we get into that recap on Tuesday. And I'm definitely pissed off, to say the least. I'm actually quite pissed off. So let's just go ahead and talk about this recap. And it's more just how the day unfolded yesterday than the numbers I was there. You got the breakdown there of the World Cup, the NFL, and the NBA. But I want to first talk about the NBA. We go 3-2 on the NBA. I want to talk about one of the losses right there with Kevin Porter Jr. We had him over 6.5 assists at minus 102. He ends the game with 6 assists. He got 4 in the first quarter. So you're thinking, all right, that's going to be pretty easy, right? After getting 4 in the first quarter. Hell, only needs to average 1 each quarter going forward. Okay, he gets 1 in the second quarter, so now you're at 5 at halftime. He was actually playing really good at halftime. He had 9 points, 5 assists, 0 turnovers, so doing exactly what you would want to see, from your point guard. Don't commit, don't turn the ball over, facilitate, score some points. Doing good. All right, comes out of halftime, picks up an assist in the third quarter, so now you're at 6. You needed 1 per quarter. That's what you're getting. So 1 more quarter, 1 more assist, and a cash, right? Nope. Kevin Porter Jr. does not play any fourth quarter. He does not play any fourth quarter. Last night was the second time all season long he did not reach 30 minutes. This is a guy, if you look at his game log, it's mid to upper 30 minutes. He doesn't play at all the fourth quarter? No? Zero? Zilch? Not a second in the fourth quarter? This guy can't play 1 assist away? Like, I've been looking all last night, Rockets website, doing Google searches on Twitter, regular, things, and no explanation for why he didn't play a second in the fourth quarter. So that one's a tough beat. Then our other loss to the NBA was our 3-unit NBA teaser. One of the legs hit over 216.5 points in Suns and Kings. The other leg missed by 3 points. We had under 239 points. The game ended with 242. So you could have averaged 60 points per quarter and still get a cash, right? Let's go ahead and look this up. You could average 60 points per quarter. I want to pull this up. I could not believe how this happened. Second quarter, 57 points. Cool. Third quarter, 59 points. Great. On pace. Fourth quarter, 45 points. 45 points. You would think, given those 3-quarter numbers, why the hell did we not hit our 3-unit cash? First quarter, how about 81 points? What? 81 points in a quarter of basketball? 81? Dude, so we just decided we were going to play any goddamn defense to start off this game, and then we'll play this game through quarters 2, 3, and 4 like it normally goes. 81 points. You get 81 points in a quarter, we still almost hit a 3-unit teaser. Tough beat. A tough beat right there. We did have our 3 NBA wins. Miles Turner over 8.5 rebounds plus money. Easy. He had 13 rebounds. Under 234.5 points in Pacers-Lakers. That cashed. That game finished with 231. That one felt good because I don't know if you guys follow the lines and kind of, when the game gets near starting, you want to kind of know if you're on the right side or the wrong side. Based on how that line went, we were on the wrong side. That one went to 237. So that cash feels extra good. I love cash in bets when the public does something different. The public was clearly all on the over and enough to drive that number up 3. So we got a good cash right there. And then our other one was that 4-leg money line parlay where we had the 4 teams just to win outright, and all 4 of them won outright. So I feel like we should have had the NBA sweep. That 81 points in the first quarter is sickening. And then not playing Kevin Porter Jr. at all in the fourth quarter, that's sickening as well. So I thought we deserved the NBA sweep. And quite frankly, we deserved an NFL sweep too. We hit our Steelers plus 3.5 easy. God damn, those Colts are just terrible. I mean, yeah, they rode the momentum, that they got in that second half. All started off with that kickoff return, and they were able to ride that, a little bit into the fourth quarter. But once the Steelers, were able to ride out the momentum that the Colts got, and they were able to, say, okay, well, your momentum's over, and now we're doing it. Steelers were, right back at it. It was a no-sweat winner. But the loss in the NFL, Najee Harris, over 60.5 rushing yards. Two things went against us. One, which was the one that really killed the bet, but two, why all season long they've not used other running backs? I mean, go look at the game last week. He got 20 rushes and nobody else even sniffed the ball. But last night we want to run Snell, we want to run McFarland. They don't do that. Okay, that's not that big a deal. He's got 35 yards at halftime, so on pace. Injury, abdominal injury, doesn't play at all in the second half. And we could say that one would have cashed because his backup went over 60.5 rushing yards. So you're on pace. The backup goes over 60.5. That means Najee Harris is going to go over 60.5. So I thought we deserved that NBA sweep. I thought we deserved that NFL sweep. And then soccer, okay, yeah, full on just, got your ass handed to you. But if you sweep NFL and if you sweep NBA, we actually make almost 3 units yesterday despite a disastrous time at the World Cup. Absolutely disastrous. And let's go through some of those results there for a second. Obviously completely unkind to us. Where was it? Right here. Man, I had it here for a second. Man, I still can't believe 81 points in that first quarter. That was, and then to almost think you're gonna cash it. I stayed up and watched that and was like, oh my god! After 81 points, like we're gonna backdoor this because that's what it would have been like after an 81 point first quarter. All right, so we had under 2.5 in Cameroon. Serbia, no chance. We had under 2.5 in South Korea, Ghana, no chance. We did hit Sassuolo to have a shot in that game at plus 160. That was our only win. Brazil did not score in both halves. Credit Switzerland. They were able to frustrate them. Brazil did get a couple good looks in the first half, but weren't able to convert them. Granit Xhaka did not pick up a card in that game. And then Uruguay team total over 3.5 corners. That didn't happen. I think they ended the game with 2 or 3 corners. Then we're watching that game, so we put in a couple live bet on cards. First half had 3 cards. Thought second half was going to be much of the same, and we fell on the hook. We lost on the hook right there. We needed over 5.5 cards, and they only had 5 cards or stuff right there. And Uruguay on that double chance, that was a 2-unit loss. They just were vastly outplayed than Portugal. Really, really outplayed in that first half. Uruguay looked terrible. Second half, once they went down 1-0, then they actually started looking pretty damn good for about 10, maybe call it 15 minutes, and then they're really just killing Portugal on that right-hand side. And then they just couldn't quite, muster the equalizer. And then Portugal obviously added to it. So, rough day in soccer. But like I said, even though you have a rough day, we don't deserve to lose 8 units. We deserve that NFL sweep, and we deserve that NBA sweep. Goes against you. Quite unfortunate right there. And then if we go ahead and already talk today, well, we're down, and we already got kicked when we're down. You can see the second bet there. Ecuador and Senegal, first half 0-0. Couple chances in the first few minutes, and then nothing. Boring first half. I mean, Senegal, we're still getting shots, but nothing near threatening the goal. So boring first half, and then you get a penalty in the 44th minute. Like, come on, man. Like, why you got to kick me when I'm down and draw a penalty in the 44th minute? So, yeah, we've lost that one. The other one there, Netherlands, England, moneyline parlay. Netherlands did get the job done. They've won 2-0, so that, parlay is alive. And then the other 2 bets there are tomorrow's fixtures, Denmark, Argentina, moneyline parlay, and then Saudi Arabia on the double chance. And as you can see right there, I'm contemplating adding the Iran double chance. That has been officially added at minus 103. So Iran on the double chance at minus 103. If you haven't bought it yet, go ahead and buy it. I've been watching the price really since yesterday when I've been interested in that bet. And I think it hit minus 101 at some point, and now I got it back at minus 103. So I think we've hit the floor. So if you're interested in tailing Iran on the double chance, go ahead and lock it in. I can't imagine you're going to get any more of a better price. So yeah, it's probably going to shape up and be another losing day. I mean, even if you hit, well, I guess you can go 2-1. If Iran hits a double chance and then England wins, we do go 2-1. And actually, we don't, because we already lost this parlay. I used the DraftKings parlay profit boost, and we lost the bottom leg there of Ecuador on the double chance. So no, today will be a losing day. At best, we'll go 2-2, and we'll be juiced out a little bit and lose, a little bit. Nothing too crazy. So let's okay. So just tough stuff right there. Let's do our weekly Tuesday fad appreciation. Thad picks up another win. How about a no-sweat winner there with those Miami Dolphins racing out to a 30-0 lead at halftime. Hold on and win the game 30-15. So, Thad, keep it going, man. Keep it going. We're now on into NFL week number 13. This is super impressive. This is super, super impressive. The fact that you still have the Dolphins to pick in this week is also impressive that you've held off because the Dolphins are, more than good. I mean, hell, top of the AFC East. So you can't have that many good teams left, Thad. So really starting to get curious to see who you pick coming up on this NFL Sunday. As for the Pigskin Pick'em contest, we've got a new winner for the first time this season. It's CM Mason. CM Mason gets the win with 110 points. So hopefully you were all also able to put some money in your pocket, CM Mason. So yeah, make sure you hit me up on Twitter and drop me your PayPal information, and I will go ahead and obviously send you $25. I've fallen out of the top 3. I said on yesterday's show I forgot to make the picks last week, so I got a score of 0. Well, naturally, I fall out of the top 3, and as you can see on the top of that screenshot, I'm in the 7th place. So still in the top 10, but a normal week would have kept me in the top 3, but that's what happens. Got too busy with the holidays and just forgot to make the picks. Well, not the first time I've forgotten to make the picks. So let's jump on into that comment section, see what you guys are talking about. Brian, Diane, hello. Nice call on the NBA props last night. Appreciate that. Didn't go 2-0, but yeah. Yeah, we were 5-1 last week. Oh, now I've gotten your last comment. You got Porter at 5.5. Okay. Cool. Well, I'm happy that you cashed. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm always happy that you cashed. So, yeah, we've been hot on the NBA player props really all season, and obviously as of late we've been hot with the NBA props. So, Ryan had a QB rating of 0 in the first half. Yeah, Colts look terrible. I mean, Troy Aikman, sorry, not Tony Aikman, Troy Aikman, he was saying it best. He was bashing that Colts offense. It seemed like all game except for that little brief stretch they had in the third quarter. Otherwise, he was like, just give the ball to Jonathan Taylor. Give the ball to Jonathan Taylor. Yeah, to me, they didn't use Jonathan Taylor nearly enough in that game last night. I don't know. They were getting criticism, and I thought it was well deserved to get it. All right, Fish is on that Iran double chance. Either they pay me or let our team win. So there you go. That's called hedging your emotions, folks. He's pulling for America. America gets the win. Cool. And if America doesn't, well, he'll fall back on his Iran double chance. That is a classic hedge your emotions. I love to see it, Fish. I love to see it, man. Absolutely love to see it. World Cup yesterday was brutal, Thad. It was. Like I said, though, you sweep NFL, you sweep NBA, and I think I did the math as if I did sweep the NFL and NBA because I was upset. 81 points in the first quarter. I was pretty hot last night and actually woke up pretty hot. I woke up pissed off. I did the math. It was 2.71 units, if I recall correctly. 2.71 units we would have won if we swept NFL and NBA. So, wow, you still have the Chiefs and the Cowboys. Dad, you may actually do this, dog. You may do this. You saw the Chiefs and the Cowboys. All right, now I got to look, Dad. I know you've already looked, so because I know Dad's already looked, let me get a look and see who plays on Sunday. Falcons, Steelers. You probably won't touch that game. Ravens, Broncos. God, the Broncos offense is terrible. You probably don't have the Ravens left. Packers, Bears. Nobody's going to touch that game. Packers suck, and Bears, I don't even think either one of those teams will have their starting quarterback. Lions, Jaguars, probably won't touch that one. Texans, Browns, nobody could touch that one with Deshaun Watson making his first start of the season. Vikings, Jets, probably not going to touch that one. Giants, Commanders, tough divisional game. Titans, Eagles, doesn't sound like you have the Titans left or the Eagles left. Rams, Seahawks, no Matthew Stafford, which actually maybe if they had Matthew Stafford, you'd probably take the Seahawks. I actually know how you hate Matthew Stafford, so maybe if the Rams had him, maybe you take the Seahawks. 49ers, Dolphins, yeah, you definitely wouldn't take that game. You obviously don't have the Dolphins left. Raiders, Chargers, no, and then Cowboys, Colts on Monday Night Football with the Cowboys at home. That's your pick. Every other game is like a gross stay away or maybe a coin flip. Cowboys, Colts, Cowboys at home. I think we know who he's taking. He's taking those Cowboys on Monday Night Football, folks. He is taking those Cowboys. Had to take the under live after that first quarter. I didn't live bet it. I mean, that's a great hit there, Saeed. I wasn't thinking like that. I was really upset, but like I knew like okay, like points will naturally come down. That's why you bet that under. There's no way you're going to maintain anything near 81 points a quarter. It was naturally going to come down. It almost came down just enough to give us that cash, just to make me sweat those last few minutes out. Oh, man. Yeah, of course you're leaning Cowboys over. You're going to lock in Cowboys over Colts, which is a great pick. That I mean, I just went through that and I thought it was a no-brainer pick. I don't even know how you make a case for something else if you have the Cowboys left. I don't even know how you make a case. God, Colts are god awful. So let's go Cowboys. Let's be fully rooting for the Cowboys on Monday Night Football. Yes. Nothing's easy in the NFL. I tell you what, that Steelers plus 3.5. Remember I told you guys to maybe sprinkle that money line. I don't know if anybody did it, but that was easy. Like we said, the Colts did battle back in that third quarter when they were able to snatch up momentum for much of that third quarter, actually, or maybe most of that third quarter. Can't quite remember when it ended technically, but other than that, then they went back to being terrible. Clock management at the end. Like, we got 3 timeouts. We're just going to waste every second on the clock and not call a timeout. Like, whoa. That's what happens when you hire a coach with no NFL head coaching experience on any effing level, no college level. That's what you get. A guy that doesn't know that you should call a timeout when you got 3 remainers letting, the clock run. What a terrible hire that is. How do we feel about corners? Corners are always... Here's the thing, Brian. Hold off on getting corners. Are you going to get an Iran game that says we just need a double chance and we're not really going to play for a win and we're just going to kind of absorb pressure? If they're going to absorb pressure for, let's say, until USA gets that goal, and let's say that's 40 minutes, 60 minutes, 80 minutes, if they're in the game of just absorbing pressures, hammer the corners, because we'll have all the ball. And obviously, we'll just be creating chances, and with that, you'll get tons and tons of corners. But if Iran wants to straight up play us and say, you know what, we think we can give you guys a good game, and we're better than you, and then maybe towards the end of the game, they start shutting it down to maybe protect their double chance result, which is obviously what all they need, then your corners could be in trouble. So I would kind of wait. Just wait 10 minutes. I think it'd be worth paying the juice to see what kind of match you're going to get from Iran rather than betting it ahead of time. And if you get an open game of football, you could be in trouble. Let me just kind of eye what the corners number is, even though I'm sure it's like, 9 or 10.5. Those were kind of the typical corners. Yeah, it's 9.5 at minus 117. USA, you got to go over 5.5 at minus 134. Yeah. Wait and see what Iran does, Brian. And if they're in just a sit back and we're going to defend for 90 minutes and hope like hell we can scrape out a 0-0 result, then hammer the corners, because we'll get tons of corners. But not a bet I would make. Not a bet I would make pre-match. I guess what my only remaining bets is I need England to win to hit that money line parlay, and I need Iran on the double chance. Obviously, I don't want to sit here and root against America. I'll be rooting for America, obviously, but I'm in this game to make money and to give you guys winning bets. And like Matt and I talked about in yesterday's preview show, he even likes Iran. He wasn't as outspoken, but if you watch that preview show, he likes Iran as well. So I think Iran can get the job done. So will be a little painful to see that happen. Obviously, want America to progress into the knockout round, but yeah, I'm in it to give out winning bets and make some money. So Iran on the double chance it is. So there we go. All right, fellas, I think that's all we're going to do. Of course, we do have our next World Cup preview show tomorrow at 4. And on that show, we'll preview Thursday, Friday fixtures. And, of course, in terms of this daily show, we'll be back again at 10:30 a.m. Eastern tomorrow, live at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. In terms of NBA, there are 3 NBA games tonight. I would love to bet them, but the sportsbooks got everyone bang on, and I'm not in the game of making teasers. When we've been making teasers lately, we've been finding games that have a little bit of discrepancy and then just making that discrepancy even bigger by using the teaser to bring it either up or down. I'm not interested when the sportsbooks have the numbers according to how I project it to be absolutely bang on to my projections. I'm not interested in teasing those numbers. I want there to be a little bit of discrepancy. And then in terms of player props, look, I think the reason we're hot on player props is we've been picking on the teams that are just in the bottom, like always, like the bottom 5 of rebounds or the bottom 5 of assists, and we've been playing those angles. You don't have in these 3 games and these 6 teams, these 6 teams aren't at the bottom of field goal percentage allowed or rebounds, assists, or et cetera points. So I'm not going to go ahead and force it. I've never really forced bets. Again, I want to give you guys winners. So we'll just lay off the NBA today. We'll kind of sit back, enjoy this afternoon World Cup action, see if England can't knock off Wales. I fully expect them to get the job done. And then we'll see what happens in this Iran-USA match. So that's why we don't have any NBA. That's why we don't have any NBA. Let's see what we got here from the Jen. By the way, Jen, I got your message yesterday, like right when I was like hitting the end button. Appreciate the kind words yesterday. Killian Hayes' assist line has been super line. Has been super line. I tell you why you don't have that line to come out, by the way. When I handicapped the NBA, you've got Cunningham's out, Bagley's questionable, Ivy's questionable, and Stewart's questionable. So that's what's holding up the props for the Pistons game is everybody's apparently injured. And you're not getting any numbers for the Clippers game because Kawhi Leonard is questionable. And obviously Kawhi Leonard's status matters a lot. And then on the flip side, Damian Lillard is also questionable. So that's why you're not getting any lines in Blazers, Clippers. So even if you found some spots maybe you would want to bet from a player prop, there's so many questions, injury status, like questionable status that we're just not getting numbers. So yeah. Super low. So Killian Hayes' assist line has been super low. I tell you what, we got that great cash last week at plus money. The Knicks weren't, well, I mean, I did the research. They weren't like when we do it against the Nuggets. Yeah, because it was the same play last night with Kevin Porter Jr. Sits the entire fourth quarter. Like, sits the entire fourth quarter. I don't know. It sits the entire fourth quarter. And not a close game, but not. I mean, you normally don't pull your starters until late in the fourth quarter. I mean, you could make a case it was a blowout, but hell, there were other starters on the court to start the fourth quarter. I don't understand. I don't know. So, let me look. So we'll see if we got any live lines here for you. See if we can make a bet right here for you to gent. See if we can. See what we got here. Player props, when I looked this morning, there was, like I said, because of all those injury status. Yeah, you're not getting any Pistons players. Again, we mentioned that. And, now we've populated some Clippers, Blazers. But again, to me, not good betting spots. So just because we've got player props now available, I'm not going to bet them. I did the research. And again, I think we have a really great high win percentage in NBA player props. And again, it's because we're feasting on the really crappy teams and taking advantage of that. So I'll pass on the NBA tonight, and it's a big slate in the NBA tomorrow, and that'll surely yield us tons of opportunities to bet teasers and also bet player props. Man, 81 points in the first quarter. We didn't deserve that. We didn't deserve that yesterday. We deserved. I mean, that's how sports betting goes, but we deserved that NFL and NBA sweep, but. All right, that's not how it goes. All right, guys, this game's big, 1 o'clock, so we're down to about an hour and a half. I don't know what you guys are going to be doing for this game, but hopefully you guys do enjoy it. Put on your red, white, and blue paint, put on your shirts, and let's go United States. Let's go United States. Let's see us in the knockout round. And if not, maybe you hedge your emotions on that Iran double chance. I'm seriously not hedging my emotions. I think Iran straight up gets the job done. I'm not hedging my emotions, but I'm just saying, if anybody out there wants to hedge their emotions. So, all right, cool. And then I already put up the best for tomorrow. Yeah, I'm on that I'm on that Denmark, Argentina moneyline parlay. France is the one bet I want to add once lineups come out. I want to see how serious they're going to take it up against Tunisia. But if France throws out their lineup, if Lloris is in net, like they're not really going to do any rotation. France win to nil is the absolute bet. Tunisia hasn't scored yet this World Cup. They're not scoring against France. And remember, we should have hit that win to nil last game, but it took a guy tearing his ACL for us to lose it. That's what it feels like it's going to take if Tunisia is going to score against France. If France has their lineup, another guy to tear his ACL. So, yeah, France win to nil is certainly the play. Although Matt made a good point on yesterday's show. You can get just France on the clean sheet at minus 110, I think he said. So maybe you remove the win to nil and just do, France clean sheet. Either way, I mean, full on Tunisia, they should struggle, obviously, against France. So, all right, fellas, Probably not going to pull any profit today, unfortunately. At best, it looks like we're going to go ahead and go 2-2, but look forward to getting back on the winning ways on Wednesday with you guys. So go enjoy your Tuesday. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me here. We'll see you back here tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. in the morning. See you, fellas.